This video will contain spoilers. Consider yourself warned. Even though 1923 Season 2, Episode 4 had a slightly lighter tone compared to previous episodes, it didn't shy away from delivering intense moments that kept the stakes high. Zane's surgery was downright gruesome, Alexandra's mugging was a tense ordeal, and Donald's storyline remains one of the most controversial aspects of the season. But amidst all that, there were glimpses of hope, Elizabeth's pregnancy reveal, Zane surviving his operation, and even some light-hearted camaraderie between Teonna, Pete, and Runs his horse as they bonded with the cowboys. With so much happening in this episode, there's a lot to break down, especially when it comes to the possibility of Spencer Dutton and Teonna Rainwater crossing paths after Episode 4. Spencer's journey back to Montana has been anything but smooth, and in this episode, he found himself dealing with yet another dangerous predicament. The police, who had already shot Luca, saw an opportunity and forced Spencer to transport bootlegged whiskey for them. But their real plan wasn't just about the booze. They wanted to use Spencer to track down the buyers before inevitably turning on him. This became painfully clear when one of the officers handcuffed him to the truck's steering wheel, essentially leaving him with no way out. But Spencer, being who he is, managed to escape by making a daring leap onto a passing train, which, of course, only led to more trouble. Once on the train, Spencer ran into a different kind of threat. A group of homeless passengers spotted his expensive belongings and decided to enforce a so-called train tax. In reality, they just wanted an excuse to rob him, and they underestimated just how dangerous Spencer could be when backed into a corner. Rather than complying, he quickly took matters into his own hands, shooting two of them and knocking the girl unconscious. Now, with blood on his hands and no safe haven in sight, Spencer's problems are only multiplying, especially since he's already wanted for bootlegging. His actions on that train will almost certainly add murder to his list of offenses, making him a fugitive with few options. But that might not be the worst thing, because Teonna Rainwater is also on the run, and their paths could very well intersect. Teonna, Pete, and Runs his horse had been working with the cowboys, enjoying a brief moment of respite, but that peace was short-lived. At the fairground, Teonna discovered wanted posters featuring her likeness, courtesy of Mamie, which means the authorities are still relentlessly pursuing her. As much as the cowboys seem like good people, a $200 bounty is more than enough to tempt someone into betraying her trust. She knows she can't afford to stick around, which means she and her group will be on the move once again. With both Spencer and Teonna now fugitives, 1923 Season 2 seems to be positioning them for an inevitable meeting. They are in the same region, both on the run, and both with dangerous enemies hunting them down. If Spencer crosses paths with Teonna, it wouldn't just be a random encounter. It could lead to them forming an alliance out of necessity. Fawcett, Father Renault, and the Marshal are all closing in, and the odds of survival will only get slimmer if they face those threats alone. Spencer may soon find himself in a position where helping Teonna isn't just the right thing to do. It might be his only way to stay ahead of the law. And for Teonna, meeting a Dutton could change the course of her journey in ways she never expected. What do you think? Could Spencer and Teonna actually team up, or will circumstances force them in completely different directions? And if they do meet, how do you see that dynamic playing out? Drop your thoughts in the comments.